Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth Pregame.
No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth.
Love to see this team add another receiver, whether that's trade or free agency.
It's okay. Pittsburgh's the AARP retirement home.
There's a bunt record. That person's never going to have to worry about that thing ever getting broken.
I hate analytics. I think it's ruined the game I grew up loving.
I will do unspeakable things for the Giants to win this rule.
Oh, pause.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Korner Booth Pregame. It's Thursday. It's opening day for baseball. Happy opening day to all the teams who played already. Hope you guys won. Unless you're the Pirates, because that is the worst way to start the season. I'm excited. We're here. We got a bunch of games in prime time on multiple networks. This is the most baseball first day we've had in a while. Obviously, the game kicked off last night between Matt's Yankees and the Kelsey's Giants. Matt's Yankees kicked the clock out of them. So, it was a good start for the NL West. All the other boys in that division. We're going to break down all the divisions today. We're going to make our rankings. We're going to have our predictions for the – we're not going to do individual game by game. We're going to probably do our predictions for 1 through 5 for each division. Some predictions for Rookie of the Year. I'm going to spoil right now. I have the kid from Toronto pitching, and I have in the AL, and then I have it's the two Japanese guys who came over from Japan. Which one is the one was the DH, and then there's the pitcher. I can't remember which team he went to, but that was my kind of prediction. I put in the description. I'm having a brain fart right now because I'm doing 3,000 things at once. But I'm excited. Snakes first pitch is at 8 o'clock against the Dodgers. Yankees played earlier today. Nate, your A's I think are playing right now or playing later.
No, the A's play on Friday, so.
Why? Oh, they only have a 3-game set this weekend?
I don't know. The scheduling is weird as hell.
That is weird. All right, well, welcome. This is our producer, Nate, by the way, folks, wearing Dodger blue.
Hello. Just for the occasion.
Disgusting.
I couldn't find my A stuff.
That's all right. And, of course, my co-host, Mr. Matt Ordazzo.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, the Yankees took it to the Giants. Logan Webb with a big old stinker to open up the season for them. Good little solid we did for you, pun intended, with the little stinger and the solid right there. But, he was terrible yesterday, and I'll take it. We scored 7, didn't even have a home run. And Judge had a golden sombrero. What a way to start the year off.
You know what? Dude, I'm not going to lie. The thing with Judge, has anybody had a worse back end of March than him? Seriously, whether it's, dude, I don't understand. He had a rough championship game against Venezuela. He did not look that great against Canada, and I'm sitting here kind of being like, okay, hopefully, and then drops go 0 for 5 last night against the Giants. Logan Webb making him look like this 0 for 4. 3 or 4 strikeouts, dude. It's not a good look for Aaron Judge, and I'm not gonna lie, we are very very interesting start for the Yankees. That's the best way to put it. I mean, listen, it's great. Y'all lit up the Giants, and the fifth. I mean, you guys obviously struggled against Webb early, but nice 5th inning rally, good way to start the season. Hey, listen, nobody had a rougher start to the year than Paul Skeens, man. Didn't even make it a full inning. Got chilled.
I told my buddy who's a big Mets fan, I said, you got Skeens on the mound. I was like, you have 2 things. You either need to somehow score fast and early, or you got to drive his pitch count up and knock him out early. And they did both.
Dude,
reigning Cy Young guy right there.
Hot as hell. I am. And then again, it's kind of expected.
Well, reigning Cy Young guy with him, and you gave up. You didn't even make it out of the first inning. His ERA was 67.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Dude, I just think all the WBC guys need to take like a little quick week off, right? Like just not like actually not play the games, but they just need to take like a freaking breather because I swear it seems like they're all off. I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited to see what my Snakes do. They have not released the start. I don't know if they put the starting lineup out yet. I'm checking right now. I want to see who they got start. I feel like they're going to go. I wonder who they're starting in left or how they're going to do the outfield because I'm like curious if they're going to do. Oh, here we go. Starting lineup. So left field. Oh, Jordan Lawler making his MLB his left outfield debut in left field because they have Gurriel's not in yet. They're still giving him another week. He's on the 10-day DL. So the Diamondbacks just run up Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Moreno, Pavin Smith at DH, Arenado, Carlos Santana, Alec Thomas, Jordan Lawler, and they're going to have Galen on the mound. I like this lineup. Gives us a chance. I'm excited to see Lawler play. Dude was killing it in spring, so I'm excited for that. Drew Jones and Ryan Walshman were both playing really well it's an exciting time of the Diamondbacks. That being said, boys, we're just going to get after it and rip it. We're going to start with the AL East. Matthew, this is your division. I'll let you take lead here, bud. A lot of people have the Blue Jays ahead of your Yankees in the power rankings. How do you have this division going this year?
All right. Well, what I was trying to write down all the teams with their FanDuel over/under win totals, so we can go through those if we need to. There's some shocking ones. Anyways, all right. So Toronto last year 94-68, Yankees 94-68. They had the tiebreaker on us, but these two teams had the best record in the American League. Toronto, they've added Dylan Cease. They got Max Scherzer back. They added Cody Ponce from the KBO League, who's actually an MVP for the KBO League. Trey Savage on the IL. They strengthened their pitching, but they lost Bo Bichette. Traded for Jesus Sanchez, signed Japanese third baseman Kazuma Okamoto. And I think with Toronto, I think they're going to be tough. I mean, last year I think a lot of people didn't really I don't think many people besides maybe Toronto fans had them going to the World Series. I thought they were going to be a middle of the pack team, maybe third place in the division, and they shocked the world and they had a great season. I think they're going to have another competitive season. The win total for them is 87.5. Mm-hmm. I think they can take a step back pitching wise because they do have Savage, and there is somebody else that I can't think of if it's I don't know if it's Barrios, but there's another pitcher they have that's also I think injured right now. So I think they'll go over the 87.5. I could see them going 90, 92 wins this year, maybe 90, 91. Then you got the Yankees. The Yankees ran it back. It just drives me crazy. Even though they put up 7 runs without even hitting a home run yesterday, and they looked good fundamentally, just putting the ball in the play and scoring runs. They ran it back. They added Ryan Weathers, left-hander, to the starting rotation with Rodon and Cole still out injured. They let Weaver and Williams go to the Mets, and they held on to Duvall and Bednar, and they brought back Grisham and Bellinger. And Goldschmidt, like I said, ran it back. Their win total right now is 91.5, which is actually one higher than it was the other day. It was 90.5 the other day. I think they're going to wind up being around the same thing as last year. I could see them. I think the Yankees are going to get 92 wins. I'll take the over on the Blue Jays, and I'll take the over on the Yankees. I think the Yankees get 92. I think it's the same thing as last year. I think the Yankees and the Blue Jays are going to win in the low mid-90s, and it's going to be the same exact thing as last year. The Red Sox are going to be sneaky. I know a lot of people are hating on them, letting what the heck's that third baseman's name? Bregman go. 87.5 win total. I think they can get up to 89. 88, 89. I like what they did. They made a lot of trades. They got Sonny Gray. You got Wilson Contreras for first base. They signed Ranger Suarez. Mm-hmm. So now you got Crochet, Gray, Suarez, Bayo, and Connolly early. That's not a bad rotation at all. They also got infielder Caleb Derman and IKF, and they did lose Bregman, like I said, but I think starting pitching-wise, I think is going to be much more of an improvement this year, and they always have a scrappy, tough team, so I think they can get to that high 80s wins. Orioles, Pete Alonso, they got Shane Baz, they signed Chris Bassett, amongst other depth signings. I like how they address their pitching because starting pitching has always been a big issue for the Orioles as of late, so they'll be improved in that area. Their win total is 85.5. I could see them getting 86. I think Pete Alonso, when he comes alive, everything will be fine with them. And the Rays, I just wrote garbage because garbage. That is why. They made trades to bolster the farm, and then they added Cedric Mullins and Steven Matz. So they've got a bunch of prospects down in AAA, and they got Mullins and Matz up there. What is their total? It is 76.5.
Yeah.
Why not? 75, 77. They're not going to be. They're going to be last place like last year.
Mm-hmm. Listen, at the end of the day, like with the NL East and the AL East, sorry, I think this is going to be the highest overall record in baseball, at least for the first, very much like very similar to the NL West, where you're going to have, I think, the Blue Jays, Red Sox, and I think, honestly, what's the Orioles win total at right now?
The Orioles are at 85.5, which I think they could exceed.
I think they're going to hit about 85, 86, I could see. Red Sox, I think all four teams will hit their overs. I think the Blue Jays win this division again. I think they just have way more depth at pitching than the Yankees. Red Sox are going to be a thorn in the Yankees and Blue Jays side all year. I think they have a very sneaky, fun team. They're not going to go out and beat a bunch of world beaters from the NL, but they're going to do their business in the AL. They're going to get enough wins. They're probably going to be 87, 88, maybe possibly 90 wins, sneak in as a wild card team, and be an absolute pain in the ass to take out. I think we have three teams make the playoffs from the AL East this year. Nate, any thoughts?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I'm really glad for Tampa for them to be able to play in Tropicana Field again after the crap that they dealt with last year playing in Steinbrenner Field. So it's good to hear that they'll be playing back at home again.
I'm sure their 45 fans are thrilled as well.
Don't throw that like that. I will say.
What's really funny too when you're mentioning the Steinbrenner Field, I don't know if they're just hurting for cash because they never had the only cash they have on that team is the manager Kevin Cash. They would have signs up. I'm pretty sure I was watching a game where like it would say RAY for Ray, and then they would just keep the S from the original Yankees banner, and just like it was like the most makeshift birthday party thing where it was like RAY in Tampa font, and then it was the Yankee S to complete it. I'm like, what? You couldn't afford the next letter? Oh man. Anyways, continue, Nate. Sorry.
No, not at all. With Toronto, I think I should expect them back in the playoffs for sure. I mean, they have a good lineup, obviously, upgrading their starting pitching with Cease in there now. The Yanks, obviously, good win yesterday against SF to kick things off, and not much. I don't got much. I'm just waiting for my A's when we get to the AL West. So I'll just be patient till then.
Listen, like I think the AL East is going to be the most fun this year. I love AL East baseball. I think it's probably the most entertaining besides NL West baseball. Let's get after it. We'll go to the AL Central here. Maddie, your thoughts right now. I'm curious what you think of this division. A lot of teams kind of took a shot to the shins a little bit.
All right. Got my AL Central notes, and I'm sending over a picture of everything I wrote down. That's all the win totals for every team. Anyways.
Okay, I love it. I love the freaking.
Just in case you need a reference,
research, man. This is great. So I'll let you go first again.
All right, AL Central. Last year we had the Guardians in first place, 88-74, followed by the Tigers with a monumental last season collapse at 8. The Tigers were a very disappointing team for me last year, if everybody feels the same way, because I thought for a minute they were the strong candidate for the American League to go win that World Series. And then they wind up going 87-75, Royals 82-80, Twins and the White Sox were not good. So you got the Guardians. So Cleveland gave Jose Ramirez a big 7-year extension. They got a 1-year deal for Stephen Kwan, and they added power hitter veteran Rhys Hoskins, and they added some depth to their bullpen. I think they're pretty much kind of running it back. I mean, they pretty much strengthened their bullpen. They brought their key guys back, and they added Rhys Hoskins, who I'm actually a big fan of. Rhys Hoskins. He's got a good amount of power to him. I think they're going to be a consistent, competitive team. Their win total is 78.5. And I think they'll hit the over, but I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back because they didn't really do anything to improve from last year as well. The Tigers, big Tiger fan this year. They brought back Verlander. They bolstered the pen with Kenley Jansen and Kyle Finnegan. They also promoted 2 of their prospects, Kevin McGonigal for an infield spot and Parker Meadows for their starting center field spot. And the rotations now has Tariq Skubal, Frambler Valdez, Jack Flaherty, Justin Verlander, and Casey Mize. That's actually a really good. I like that starting 5. And their win total is 86.5. I think they're going to smash the over on that one. The Royals mostly focused on outfield, bullpen, and veteran depth, making additions to the pitching with guys like Matt Strahm and Nick what did I write down? Nick Mers. Can't read my own handwriting. Some notable moves are also Starling Marte and Brandon Drury. So they added some veteran depth to their team. Their win total right now. Where did I write this down? It's somewhere. I don't know where I put. Did I put KC down? Yeah, 83.5. There we go. I think they can get the over 83, 84 wins. I think is probably a sweet spot for them. The Twins mostly just added some pitching depth. They got Eric Orrs and Taylor Rogers. They signed catcher Victor Carantini and infielder Gio Urshela. The Twins, I mean, where do I got them? 72.5 is their win total. I guess I take the under on this one. I don't think they really did much to actually get better. And then the White Sox, I mean, I'm not going to go too far into detail of the White Sox. Their win total is 67.5. That's all you need to know. But one thing I am excited for, that Japanese prospect I think you might have been talking about, Munetaka Murakami. He is a first base, third baseman. I don't know if he switch hits, but he's got a beautiful swing just like Ohtani. And they brought him in. They traded for Luis Roberts for prospects. They also signed Austin Hayes and a bunch of roster depth and prospects to the MLB and AAA rosters. I think they're going to start turning the ship around now that they're kind of just cutting ties with some of the guys that have been there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to take the over just yet. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised they got 68, but it's going to be a long ways to go. But that's what we got right now for that division. I think it's going to be Tigers are going to just run away with it, followed by Cleveland, Kansas City, and then Minnesota and Chicago.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna make mine quick and sweet. Yeah, like it really doesn't honestly matter how the bottom 3 kind of finish. I think the Twins have taken a little bit of step back. I think the Guardians are good but not great, and I'm trying to say the nicest way to say this as possible, but Twins. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so it's Tigers and let's just start this way. The Tigers and Royals are the 2 best teams in this division. Bobby Witt and his boys are fun. They're athletic. They made the playoffs a year ago or 2 years ago. Or they made it last year too. I can't remember if they were last year.
They made it 2 years ago. I don't know about last year.
Listen, the Tigers. I don't like you said. They bolstered their bullpen. They bolstered their lineup. They brought in new people in the rotation. They mean business. They know their window is down. They know this is the arbitration year of Skubal. They know they got to win. So this is it. So the Tigers, I think they're going to go over their win total. I think the Royals will as well. I do not think the other 3 will. I think the White Sox might be fun, surprise towards the end of the year, but they need more work. Obviously, you have teams like the Twins who have a lot of promise in the lineup, but they just seem to never put it together. I like the Guardians a lot, but how are we going to keep saying the same thing every year? The Guardians, they're going to keep just barely making it and then just get smoked in the first round. I think the Tigers finally catch them this year. I think last year was kind of a fluke with the choking. So give me the Tigers and then the Royals, followed by the Indians, the Twins, and then the White Sox in a very competitive division. So, Nate, any thoughts?
Nope, not at all. Just looking forward to the Murakami guy. Obviously my other cousin. I don't love him yet. I need to see more from him, but he did hit a home run today, which is cool to see. Hopefully Ohtani, keep the Asian trend going tonight. Hey, I mean the only thing is what he can't hit. What was it like? There's certain pitches he can't hit. Right, coming out that was the one thing or one knock behind him. What was that? But he can't hit breaking ball.
Breaking might be. Let me see. Munetaka.
Because fastballs, I think he hits are obviously.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's the breaking ball, or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, it's good to see that, getting his career off to a good start with the homer today. There's the White Sox are still going to be bad, no doubt about it. But
he struggles primarily against high velocity fastballs, with data indicating a significantly low batting average against top end velocity last year.
Well, I forgot what pitch he hit a home run off today. What pitch it was, but good start for him to get his White Sox career going. I mean, they're still not going to go anywhere, but yeah, no, I don't got much on the Central at all either. We'll keep it rolling here for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. It's the NL Central to me has always been weird. Like every year I pick the Tigers, and every year I get burned because they find some way to screw this up. But yeah, no, just it's gonna be a fun division. Let's go to the AL West now. This one's gonna be. Let's be honest. The Mariners should win the division. I think they will win the division. 91.5 is their win total, followed by the Astros at 85.5. The Angels at
70.5.
70.5 are coming towards the bottom in last place. And you have, of course, the Astros. My apologies. The Texas Rangers at 83.5 wins, and the A's 75.5. I think the A's go over. I think the Rangers go over. I think the Astros go under. I think the Mariners still win the division. I think the Astros are going to have a little bit of a slide this year. I'm not loving their offseason. I don't think they got better. I think they just stayed the same. You're going to keep telling me, listen, I love Christian Walker, death man, but the second he left Arizona, it's like the lights went out. He doesn't know how to hit anymore. I'm not loving any of the moves they made. Everything kind of just seemed like, okay. Love what Texas is doing. They're trying to load up that bullpen. They want to give it one more attack. I think they're going to be that sneaky last team in the wild card, along with the two teams from the AL East. But it's the Mariners, man. It's the freaking Mariners. They are the best team in this division. They have the best bullpen. The best rotation. They have some of the best hitters. I'm worried about Cal Raleigh. Why was he so bad in WBC? Watch, he's going to come out this weekend and crush like 6 home runs because he just, for some reason, just didn't like the whole environment with the WBC. I'm not sure. Some guys just can't do it. But Rosarena played well. A lot of the other guys on the roster, Josh Naylor for Toronto, they got a good lineup. Yeah, the loss of Suarez sucks, but they have a good roster. I think the Mariners win this division pretty easily and outright. I think Texas is kind of nipping at their heels, but it's going to be like they're going to be more focused on being that last wild card team, whereas like the Astros, I think, fall off a little bit. The A's, Nate, they might finish around 500 this year. I think they have a lot of energy. I love their lineup. I wish they went out and got another pitcher, even if it was like a bargain bin guy. But seriously, dude, their lineup is so much fun. They're going to win a lot of games by like 6 or 7 runs. They're gonna win 7-6, but it's gonna be the most entertaining offense of baseball. So I'm here for it. The Angels need to just let Mike Trout go, man. Like trade him, do him a solid, send him to New York, send him to Philly, send him to Yankees, not Mets. Send him to the Phillies. Send them to the Astros, the Rangers, the Diamondbacks. Give him to a team that needs an outfielder that's got a deep pocket, and just or the Tigers. Let's call it a day here. It's not working. I feel awful for Mike Trout. Thank you for coming on my TED Talk.
Yeah, I feel for that guy. Listen, you know what? I respect the hell out of that man's loyalty to that team, but I don't respect the fact that the Angels are just wasting him. Like you could say that I'm a hypocrite because I'm a Yankees fan and the Yankees could be wasting Aaron Judge, but at least they supply that team with talent and they're playing in October every single year, where the Angels are just abysmal. And we have another year. I was actually looking, I think Anthony Rendon's missing a whole nother 2026. I think I saw that they're not planning on him playing this year. So they're already without him again. The Mariners will keep it quick. I think they're going over the 91.5 total. I don't think I'm talking when I say over, I think 92. I don't think they're going to go 95, 96. But like you said, they got a great rotation and bullpen. They made a lot of trades. They acquired a lot of veteran depth guys like Mitch Garver to back up Cal Raleigh. They got a couple left-handed pitchers. They acquired a utility guy, Brendan Donovan, in a 3-team trade. The Astros, they strengthened the pitching in the sense of signing the Japanese guy, Tatsuya Yamai. They traded for Mike Burrows. They brought in Christian Vasquez and Cavan Biggio, but they lost Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander. So Framber Valdez is a big one. They're going to have Lance McCullers, I think, at some point this year, but them at 85.5, I think they go under. I think they can go 85, 84. I just don't think they're going to have a strong season this year. The Rangers, they traded Marcus Semien for Brandon Nimmo, which I think is a great trade for the Rangers. They made a lot of rotation and bullpen depth signings. They made a big splash for trading for Mackenzie Gore from the Nationals, and they also got Andrew McCutchen, who I just found out today, is still playing baseball at 39 years old. I think the Rangers can go over the 83.5 as well. I think you're looking at Mariners, and I think you're going to look at the Rangers fighting with the Astros for second place. I think it could go either way. Now with the A's, my most excited team for this year because they are fun. I was looking at that lineup. It is a lot of young guys on that team, and it's a lot of guys that just got a lot of spunk in them. I like spunk, and that's the A's. Like I said, sneaky young lineup. They also brought in Aaron Savali and Scott Barlow. They traded for Jeff McNeil. I just really like seeing the A's try because when I was younger in my teens, the A's were actually a scrappy team that were in the postseason every now and then, and I haven't seen that for the last 10 years. So I'm actually excited to see them actually trying to do something. And I'm not even going to waste my time with the Angels. They're going under the 70.5. I don't care. I'm not wasting my time. They got Adam Frazier, Yeimer Candelario, Joey Lucchesi, and Josh Lowe, and no Rendon in this year, I don't think. So I'm just mail it in Los Angeles of Anaheim. That's what I got.
Yay. Look, I mean, Jared, I think Jared put it best with my A's. It's like, and you too as well, Matt. We have an exciting lineup. It's just the pitching rotation that's going to hurt us a lot this year. When your ace is Severino, it's not the best thing in the world. But I'm excited to see what this offense can do. I mean, they were at I think top 10 in home runs last year. A lot of them were solos. So in terms of RBIs, we weren't in. I think we were like bottom half in RBIs. But the point is, it's going to be fun to see what this offense can do in this crap ballpark we call Sutter Health Park. Hopefully we finish maybe 81 at best. I would love that to see that for sure. But it's no doubt the division belongs to the Mariners. I mean, they honestly should have been in the World Series last year. They were so close to it, and I think they've learned their lessons and will be back in the conversation for sure this year. So we'll go A's as always, despite the gear I'm wearing at this time. I'm sorry, I couldn't find any A's stuff.
Listen, it's okay. Listen, I'm not gonna. I appreciate what that scum of a franchise has done for the history of baseball. So I respect that part. That's about it.
Yay! Hey, if you got the money, spend it. You know what I'm saying?
And Mookie Betts. I hate everyone else on that roster, but whatever. Freddie Freeman's only there because his agent's a tool, and Mookie's there because the Red Sox are morons. So,
yeah.
Sorry. Red Sox front office are morons. Well, yeah. So, we'll go to the NL West quick. We'll work our way back and at least hopefully by then our guest makes it here. He's apparently coming back from City Field. Probably takes 2 hours to get out of that parking lot, but I'm not going to bust his balls, but it's all good. It's been a long day. I literally just got some annoying news literally in the middle of me doing this show, so trying to focus has been really fun. Definitely, let's be honest. And I talked about this in the show open. I talked about this in the description of the show. Who is going to catch the Los Angeles Dodgers? I'll give you two guesses. One plays in Slam Diego, have one of the best lineups in baseball. They're aging. They're paying way too many people, and they have an electric bullpen. The other resides in the desert because for some damn reason, no matter how bad we get, we are always a thorn in their side. And for some reason, our team is balanced enough to win games. I do not think it's the San Francisco Giants. Listen, I watched that lineup get blanked last night. I know it's game one of 162. Dude, the exact thing I thought was going to happen happened for the Giants. And here's my biggest thing. I liked some of their moves, but a lot of them made my head scratch. I'm like, why? Why aren't you fixing your biggest problems? Our boy Kelsey Coyne from Yahoo Sports can tell you otherwise. They never really addressed any of their biggest issues. It's hilarious. For the first time since Barry Bonds, they finally have a guy starting in left field for back-to-back opening days. It's almost as funny as Diamondback third base since Mark Reynolds left. My favorite thing about this division is that the Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, and Giants are all going to probably finish above 500. I think the Dodgers win over 100 games. I think both the Diamondbacks and Padres are in the high 80s, low 90s. I think the Diamondbacks are going to catch a lot of people off guard, especially when the fact is their lineup right now could win 85 games, but you re-add Justin Martinez and A.J. Puck later in the year, plus returning Corbin Burns to the rotation and Merrill Kelly earlier in probably in early May. And then on top of it, you get Lourdes Gurriel Jr. back for early May as well, plus a couple other hitters, Adrian Del Castillo and a few others. The Diamondbacks are basically sitting there saying, we've got all this young talent that's cheap. All of our big arms are coming back, and all we have to do is tread water until July or August. Oh, deal. And we've seen divisions get won in August in September. So I think the Diamondbacks are a dangerous team. I think the problem is, I think for 80% of the year, it's going to be Dodgers in first, Padres second, Arizona and the Giants kind of jockeying back and forth for third. Arizona gets their bullpen back and gets Burns back. Then you start seeing them climbing the ladder. And that's when I think they take over and probably finish in second place in this division with 90-something wins, being the number one wildcard team. I think this is the best division in baseball. I think the Rockies, though, dude, if it wasn't for them having such an amazing lineup, like slam the under on this team, I don't know what they're doing. I feel so bad for Chris Bryant. His career literally went into crapper the second he went to Colorado, and it's kind of never recovered. Other than that, we will see about this. I could talk about the Diamondbacks for hours. The Dodgers. The Dodgers got more bullpen help with Diaz. They still have the same loaded lineup with Ohtani and Freeman. I think the biggest key is, can they put it all together and keep it together? They have 6 or 7 guys who could be all number 3s or higher on certain rotations. Yes, Nate, I know what I just said. I'm not going to repeat it. I think their biggest problem is health and just luck. Baseball gods are very fickle, and the Dodgers have been kind of playing with fire for the past 2 years, winning back-to-back World Series. Some say they're ruining the sport. I am on that train. I think they are. I do think that also owners not having to a bare minimum to spend is hurting the sport. I think deferred money is even worse, but I'll go on that later. But yeah, that's the NL West right now. I think it's the Dodgers division to lose. I think they're still the best team in baseball, unfortunately. I think their biggest enemy is what happens after September ends. Green Day reference.
All right, make this easy. I have no notes on the Rockies. I'm not even going to waste my time. They're 55.5 line. I don't care what you do with it. Either way, they're going to be.
Oh, come on, Matt. There's something nice to say about them.
They have a cool ballpark.
They got great City Connect jerseys. There we go. That's the best thing I got for them. All right, so Dodgers, their line is 103.5, which is insane. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to say they don't win 103.5 game, or I think they go 100, whatever. It's going to be less than that. That's just an absurd number for them to have to win 11 games more than they did this past year. However, they signed Edwin Diaz. They got the best little mic stuff going on. They got the best closer in baseball going on right now. They got Kyle Tucker. They also signed from the Cubs. They re-signed Miguel Rojas. They got Kike Hernandez back. They didn't really lose any significance outside of Kirby Yates with that team that I could think of. So I think they're going to be, unfortunately, a much more improved team than last year. But I'm going to take the under of 103.5. That's a big number. Padres, They focused on pitching. They brought back Michael King. They brought in Walker Buehler. They got Herman Marquez and Griffin Canning. They lost Dylan Cease, Yu Darvish retire. They also added Castellanos, Ty France, and Miguel Andujar. I think they're going to be a fun, spunky, little tough-fought team. 83.5 win total. I'm slamming the over on that. Then you got the Giants. The Giants didn't make any sense. They had a very quiet winter, like you were saying, Jared. They signed Luis Ariz and some rotation bullpen depth, and that's really about it. We saw them last night against the Yankees. They gave up 7 runs, and the Yankees didn't even hit any home runs. Aaron Judge had 4 strikeouts. The Yankees still put up 7. Trent Grisham had a triple. First opening day triple the Yankees ever recorded since Johnny Damon in 2009. So they're on a decline, in my opinion. They're 80.5 win total. Last year they went 500. I think they're going to be around the same type of team they were last year. So I think it's going to be Dodgers and Padres. And then, like you said, I think the Diamondbacks, I think, and the Giants are going to be fighting for third place for a wild card. The Diamondbacks, they got Nolan Arenado, Carlos Santana, Jonathan Loaisiga, and Joe Ross to the bullpen. They also brought back James McCann and Paul Sewald. This team had a lot of fight at the end of the year, despite losing Suarez and Merrill Kelly, and I'm sure others that I can't think of. But they fought hard, and there was times where we thought, hey, they might get one of the wild cards, despite kind of gutting that team. But their win total right now, it's at 78.5. I think they're going to go the over. I think they're going to be a better team than they were last year. I could see this team, instead of having 80 wins, maybe they have 84, 85. But I think they're going to be in a tight wild card race in the National League. And, like, again, Rockies, I got nothing. You got great uniforms, and that's all I got for you.
Fair. Anything you want to say nice about this division, or do you want to move on?
You know what? I hope the Rockies win 50 games. No, 60 games. That would be improvement.
I just don't want them to have a Chicago White Sox season.
They probably will, but that's okay. Because
Listen,
they have their new GM's the Moneyball guy, so maybe that'll do something.
Wait, they got Billy Bean?
It's what's his name? I gotta look him up real quick. His name is the GM. What's his name? Is it the owner? Is it no? It's not owner. GM. They won't.
Billy Bean?
No.
Is it Brad?
No. It's I don't know his name.
Wait, the guy Jonah Hill played?
Yes, similarly.
Jeez, yes. All right, that's cool. Listen, they can use that. They just can't seem. They haven't been good since Ubaldo Jimenez was their best pitcher. Throwback. We're going almost 20 years ago now. All right, so NL Central. This division was a little weird last year because at the start, it was fun, man. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed this matchup. I thought it was really fun. I liked the whole prospect of the Pirates having a shot and the Reds. But let's be honest, it's the Cubs and Brewers division. Cubs 88 wins, give or take. And you have the Brewers, not the Reds, the Brewers coming in at a pretty solid 85.5. Then you go down the pike, you get the Reds at 80. Then it gets a little more depressing with the Pirates at 79.5.
The Cardinals, I think I forgot, but they're 68.5.
Yeah, they're bad. I knew they were. When I knew they were on this list, I was going to ballpark they're 70 or less. So they're bad. The Cardinals are bad. St. Louis baseball's DOA. Sorry, DJ. I'm not gonna lie. Not a great start to the games. I mean, for the season for this decade for the Cardinals. But whatever. Got to rebuild at some point, right? I think this is the Brewers division to lose again. I think no, you know what? No, I'll say it this year. I predicted the Cubs last year. I was pretty damn close. I'm going with the Cubs. Okay. I love the Bregman signing. PCA is an electric factory with a canned with gasoline and nitrous. I love his style of play. He's like a punk rock version of Corbin Carroll. I love what they're building on the north side. I think it's a fun roster. I mean, do I get annoyed with the whole allure of Wrigley? Sure. Do I really not mind the Cubs? No. Is it also because I'm playing for a team that's called the Cubs this spring? Also, yes. But listen, the Cubs have a good lineup. They have good roster. You can't knock them. They're 1 through 9. They're good. Their bullpen's good. Their rotation's solid. I think they're the most balanced team. I think the Brewers are an interesting roster. I think they have a lot of good stuff. I just think that there could have been better moves made by the Milwaukee Brewers in the offseason. I think it's going to bite them in the butt. I think the Cubs pulled ahead of them. As for the Reds, my sneaky good team, I love the Gino Suarez signing. This dude is light. This dude is a pure beam of good and light and energy for wherever he plays, whether it's Arizona, Seattle, or Team Venezuela. Gino Suarez is one of the good guys in baseball, and him coming back to Cincinnati is going to make this young roster accelerate. I have them as a sneaky last wild card team in, along with, I think the Brewers are going to be up there, along with Arizona and San Diego. I think the Reds are so much fun. I think the Pirates are an abomination. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should let Paul Skeens and O'Neill Cruz walk. Their owner is a disgrace to the sport because of how he runs that team and that beloved franchise, and it's awful. But the ballpark's cool. As for the Cardinals, we've kind of put enough nails in that coffin, so there you go. That's your NL Central preview according to Jared. Matthew, your thoughts?
All right. So I agree with pretty much what you're saying. I think this is going to be the Cubs division this year, and I think the Brewers are going to be a competitive team in that division as well, but I think they take a step back from that 97 wins from last year. I don't think they just did enough, in my opinion, to at least match what they did last year, get to the World Series this time. They traded guys like Caleb Durbin, Andrew Monasterio, and Anthony Siegler, and they got guys like Kyle Harrison, Shane Drohan, and David Hamilton in return. They also, the big thing that I really liked, which is not going to help them out right now, but will help them out in the future, is that they did trade Freddie Peralta to the Mets, and they got Freddie Peralta and Tobias Harris, and they got prospects like Brandon Sproat and Jet Williams, which are two of the Mets' top prospects in their farm. And I really like that for the Brewers. I think that's going to pan out very well for them in the future, just maybe not immediately. They also signed veteran Gary Sanchez and Luis Rengifo. Again, I think they set themselves up for the future with these prospects that they got, but I don't think they're going to match the 97 wins like they did last year. So I think they go over the 85.5, but I don't think they're going to be anywhere near 97. The Cubs, it's my favorite team for this division. They signed Alex Bregman from the Red Sox, who I don't know why they let that man walk, but they got Alex Bregman. They traded for pitcher Edward Cabrera from Miami, and they rebuilt the bullpen with Phil Maton, Hunter Harvey, and 3 others. They did lose Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers, but I think they're going to be a really tough team this year, 88.5. I could see them. They won 92 last year. I think they could be in the area of like 90 wins. 90 wins I think is a good sweet spot for the Cubs. So I'll say they get the over by a little bit, and they just kind of squeeze out the Brewers for the division. The Reds, they honed in on pitching. They acquired guys like Caleb Ferguson, Brock Burke, and Pierce Johnson. They brought back closer Emilio Pagan. They brought in power hitter Eugenio Suarez, which is a big thing for him, and he wanted to go back there.
Gino! I love Gino.
Their line is 80.5. Last year they went 83. I think they're a better team this year than last year. I'll give them the over on that win total. The Cardinals, I don't really got much on. They got rid of Arenado. They didn't really do much in the offseason. Their win total is 68.5. I think they're a team on the decline that's going to be looking to rebuild. So I'm going to take the under on their win total, which really sucks because my whole entire young adulthood growing up, they were one of the toughest teams in the National League. Just as of late, they haven't been that same type of team. And then you got the Pirates. 79.5 win total. They had 71 wins last year. They acquired Brandon Lowe, who had 2 home runs today. They got left-handed pitching like Mason Montgomery, and they also got outfielder Jake Mangun. They also brought in Ryan O'Hearn, Marcelo Ozuna. They got prospects from Boston for Johan Oviedo as well as others. They made some progress. I'm going to take the under on the Pirates right now. They don't have enough pitching, in my opinion, to kind of get into that 80-something win mark. So I think they're going to be an improved team than 71 wins, but I think they win under 79.5, maybe 77, 78. I think they're trending upwards. I just don't think they're quite ready to make that big splash yet. And it doesn't look good when Paul Skeens, the reigning Cy Young for you, gave up a bunch of runs and didn't even make it out of the first inning. He has a 67 ERA now, even though we're in game 1 of 162. Not a good start. But Brandon Lowe, 2 home runs, great start for him.
Gotta love it. I'm really excited for the Rockies, man. I'm sorry, the Reds. I don't. Shout out to our boy Mike Burlon. I think they're gonna have a very fun team. I think they really are. All right, he's not here. We're gonna grip it and rip it. NL East, boys. Let's call us spade, man.
Do you have anything for that last division at all? You want to move on?
Yeah, move on to the East.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Nate's second, then Nate's third team.
No.
Oh, you refuse to refer anything Philly now. Got it. All right.
No, sir.
All right.
Fun fact. My one of my good friends' name is Casey. This man has. We roast him for him all that. We roast him all the time for it, but he has 3 NFL teams.
What is it?
I don't know if I can forgive that one.
All right. His first one is the Raiders. The second one is the Eagles. And the third one is the Colts. Because he played because when he grew up, he played for the team that he played on were the Colts.
So he's not allowed to talk smack to anybody. He's not allowed.
Yes.
Having 3 teams, you have to sacrifice smack talking. And also, it's funny that so he roots for the Raiders, and the Eagles are obviously the backup team because the Eagles are the only one in that trio that is actually consistently a very good team.
Until the Raiders are good again, he will just root for the Eagles as much as possible.
I can't back that, bro. Football.
I love you, Casey, my buddy. You can't do that. So yeah, I do not have a third.
Football, basketball, let it slide. Because obviously they're long seasons, but football, you live and die by your roster, man.
Yes, you're damn right.
Like me,
it's out here slaving away as a Giants fan. Matt over here even got it worse. But yeah,
you didn't. And you didn't have it always sunshine and rainbows, but you stuck with them until you got to that part.
Listen, I've been true. I told my girl this. Like I said, listen, being an Eagles fan since 2000, I've been very gifted. Okay, I've had multiple. Oh, I got something for you there, Nate Dog.
Hit me, Jared.
A vintage.
Yeah. I love it when they're like in the cases. Like it feels so nice.
Eagles pennant.
That's it does look bad. That's more old fashioned.
Shout out to my friend Kim Speed for that. She collects those vintage pennants. I tried to get one for Matt for the Yankees. He couldn't make it down for the fair. This was last year, and then of course, 1990 Eagles football.
Nice. This is all I had for round. So this is my remote for my heater that I don't have batteries for.
Nice.
It's not signed. It's not signed or anything, but it's the closest thing I can grab.
All right, let's get these tires.
I should have gotten like a drink and put it in here. This cup I have from the game. I got a margarita in this cup. It was so cool. God, I love LA. Dang it, I cannot wait to go back. I
don't know why I'm dancing because I'm actually kind of in a bad mood, but either way, we're going to move on. All right, so the prediction is the Mets win this division at 91.5 wins, followed by
who? That's your prediction?
No, that's the betting line for under over wins.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And then we have the Philadelphia Phillies right behind them, 89.5, followed by our dear friends down in Atlanta, 86.5. Then we head down the Parkway to all the way down 95 to Miami at 72.5, finishing with Washington at 65.5 wins. I'm going to be straight with you. Washington and Miami are going to be terrible. Just terrible. All right? But the free fun teams up top are going to be fun. The problem is the Braves I swear to God, when they won the World Series in 2021, they sold their soul to beat the Dodgers, and now they're paying for it. But let's talk about the 2 teams who actually could win this division, the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm going to be straight up with you. I think the New York Mets are going to be a fun team. They're going to be around during the wild card, but I think they're the most overhyped roster in baseball. I think team that wins this division, because this, I think I think they'll go get somebody at the deadline, is the Philadelphia Phillies. Give me their over on wins. I have them almost winning 100 games. I think they're going to be the sneaky team in the NL. I think a lot of teams, I like similar to where I think a lot of people are underselling Arizona's roster. I think even more Philadelphia's. I think Bryce Harper. I think just they've got that nucleus. They got that core, and they can easily go out and get another arm. Bad teams happen every day. I think this could be a really solid roster with the Mets. I want to see what's changed for me. Like I don't see anything where I'm like, cool. Like, let's do this, let's do that. I love a lot of their moves, but like you can't tell me you're excited about Devin Williams after Edwin Diaz. It's a downgrade to me. I mean, Matt, you can go more into individual moves, but it's still the same Mets to me. Decent lineup. I'm just waiting you. I'm not like the Mets to me. I'm waiting for the but.
Yeah, it's not I could see on paper when you're looking, it looks like the same team. I like how the GM acknowledged we've been running it back for however long. It's not working. Let's just switch it up, and they just kind of got a whole new roster. But it's going to be however that starting rotation, that bullpen takes them, is how long they're going to go. Because at the end of the day, pitching is what's been the Achilles heel the last handful of years. Because all they've had was Diaz, and it's just been who's going to be the guy that's going to help them get to Diaz, or who's going to be the pitcher that's going to get him 5 or 6 innings. And it's just not. I mean, Freddie Peralta got banged up today. I know it's only the first game. Mm-hmm. You got anything before I go in?
No. Oh, Nate, you're saying Nate?
All right. Well, yeah, I know if you were finished, Jared. All right. So, Phillies went 96 and 66 last year. This year, they're currently at 89.5 win total right now. So they ran it back just like the Yankees. Not terrible. I mean, they went 96 and 66 last year. So, I mean, it's not a horrendous thing to run it back. The biggest thing, though, is they did lose Matt Strahm and Ranger Suarez, and Aaron Nola is getting old. So you still got Zach Wheeler that's still going strong. They did extend Christopher Sanchez and Jesus Luzardo, which is great for them. But like I said, you lost a couple pitchers, and some of you guys are getting older. So there just really wasn't anything that they added that made them significantly better than they were last year. Like I said, they did bring back Schwarber and Real Muto. They signed Brad Keller and Adolis Garcia. I'm going to take the over on the 89.5 because they're always a really tough team. The Phillies are weird. They either start out hot, and then around the All-Star break, they slump. They slump from like end of June to like sometime in August, and then they just get hot again, and then they just go on a big run. So I think that's going to be the same thing, but I still think they're going to get into like the mid-low 90s for the win total. The Mets are a sneaky team for me. So you lost Alonso, Diaz, McNeil, Nimmo, Marte. You gained Luke Weaver and Devin Williams to replace Edwin Diaz, which I love Luke Weaver. Last year, he was not good. He was not his usual Luke Weaver self. He was injured a little bit, but he didn't have a good season. Devin Williams was not good in the 9th last year. He was good when he came in the 8th or the 7th. Maybe he's more of a 7th to 8th setup guy. But Devin Williams would have been a great move for the Mets if they kept Diaz, because Devin Williams could have came in the 8th and Diaz could have came in the 9th, and that would have been one of the best bullpens in baseball to have that set up and that closer 1-2 punch. But right now they're going to rely on Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, a.k.a. the Yankees' old 1-2 punch, to be theirs. They brought in Marcus Semien. I don't really love that trade. I know he's a really good defender, but I think Brandon Nimmo overall is a better player, had 5 more years of youth on him or so. Luis Roberts are going to bank on him having a career resurgence. Jorge Polanco is going to take over for Alonso. They bring in Freddie Peralta, who got banged up a little bit. One thing I will give the Mets credit for is that they took this roster and they said, we haven't been working with this. Let's change it up. And they did. I respect them for switching it up. I think the Mets can get to like 90, 92 wins, like in that stretch. I think realistically 90 wins is a good sweet spot for the Mets. I think the Phillies could get to like 93, 94. So I'll still have the Phillies and the Mets going 1 and 2 in the division. And the last 3, I should actually apologize to Miami fans. I was not aware how bad the Nationals are. So I probably should have put the Nationals for my worst team, and how, because I agree it's the Rockies, but I wanted to go something different, and the Marlins are always bad. I just was not aware of the game that the Nationals possess. They will be worse. The Nationals, I have nothing on. I wrote down bad. So the Nationals are going to be 5th. The Marlins will be 4th. They traded Edward Cabrera. They did their usual Marlins thing. They traded their guys. They traded away Edward Cabrera. They traded away Ryan Weathers. They'd signed for some reason Chris Paddock to the bullpen. They're like, listen, we can't be too bad. So let's just bring in a really good reliever, but we'll trade away the rest of our pitching. So this guy's going to have to work twice as hard to get a 3.5 ERA. And then you got the Braves. The Braves, I think, are going to be, we'll see how they are. They made some low-level signings like Mike Yastrzemski, Rowdy Tellez, Kyle Farmer. They acquired Mauricio Dubon, Jose Suarez. Spencer Strider's hurt. It really is going to be how can Acuna stay healthy for the whole year? Can Ozzie Albies get going? They got Matt Olson at first still. So it's their win total is 86.5, which is kind of high. Last year they went 76 and 86. And I don't think they did a whole lot to really show me that they're going to be, a 88, 90 win team. So I'm going to take the under on the Braves at 86.5. So I think it's going to go Phillies, Mets, Braves, Marlins, Nationals.
I think with the Phillies, it's like, if I could add on real quick, it's
Nate, the floor is yours. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Look, the Mets, I'm excited to. I'm not just excited to see them or how they do this year because of Brian, but not just because of Brian, but also when you make the amount of moves they did this offseason, it'll be exciting to see how that works out on the field. With the Phillies, here's the thing: ever since that 2020 World Series run, it's been a decline ever since. It's a slow decline, but the year after they made the NLCS and lost there, then the next year they lost in the NLDS, and so on and so forth. It's just I don't understand the whole run it back mentality. I mean, like Matt mentioned, you lost Suarez, you lost Strom. That's 2. I mean, Suarez was good for Philly, but the team is still the same. You replace Castellanos with Garcia, not the biggest upgrade in the world. They're both okay. Castellanos is not a great defender, but neither is Garcia. I don't know. I just didn't like what the Phillies did in the offseason because you're just running back the same team and expecting different results. How does the saying go? Insanity is something doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah, it's not gonna are they gonna win the division? Probably. But are they gonna make it? Are they gonna make it deep into the postseason? Probably freaking not, because it's the same team. Schwarber, Harper, Turner, those guys who are your stars, just always manage to just shrink when it comes to the postseason. Like we saw last year, they didn't show up. So I don't know. They're just one of those teams I wish they did more. But if they think what they did was good enough, then so be it. But I don't expect them to go deep into October, for sure. So yeah, but who knows? Maybe the Marlins will still be the worst team in baseball. Who knows, Matt? You never know. The Nationals, maybe, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You never know. Yeah, that's all I got. By the way, Christopher Sanchez, hell of an ace though for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he can hold things down as the ace until Zach Wheeler gets back, whenever he does, because that is thoracic something syndrome that he suffered. It's gonna be a long recovery process for Wheeler for sure. But yeah,
Chris.
I'm sorry, Chris. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I have to go back to my roots, and that's in Sacramento now, but you know what I mean. I miss the Coliseum, bro. Oh, man. Not just going to the games, the atmosphere. The food was all right, but
Let's bite the bullet. World Series prediction and winner.
The A's.
Nice.
versus the Marlins.
I
The Marlins.
love chaos, baby.
That'd be funny as hell.
I will go first.
Yeah.
Lord help me. I have the Detroit Tigers beating the.
Just say it. It's okay. We know who it is.
Beating the Chicago Cubs.
You serious?
Games. Yeah.
What? Boss.
Nate, I would rather swallow cyanide pills than pick those losers to win another World Series.
We don't have to pick them, but you at least have.
Oh, no. I didn't even want to utter the words. They are an abomination to sports. They are literally ruining the game I love.
At least have them have them win the pennant. The Cubs are beating the Dodgers in the playoffs. Come on.
They're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to lose. They're going to lose in the first round of the Cubs Diamondbacks. That's what I think is going to happen. My hatred of them is well documented, Nate. I will never pick them.
No. I get you. I feel you. I thought you were gonna have him win the pennant at least, but
no, hell no. I don't even want him sniffing the World Series. Yeah, Maddie, World Series prediction. Oh, the Tigers winning, by the way.
I mean, I don't want to. I guess I'll utter the words because it's, I don't have the skin in that game like you do because you're in that division. But I think, unfortunately, it's the Dodgers are going to go until proven otherwise. I hope and pray that somebody proves me otherwise. But I'll put the Dodgers in there on the National League side.
So my Diamondbacks music.
The American side, I'm not going to pick my team because I just feel like I feel like I'm a homer every time I pick my team. I like to be as unbiased as I possibly can. Plus, I don't think the Yankees are going to go to the World Series this year if they ran it back. And last year they couldn't get past the DS. So how are you going to get past the American League DS if you didn't do it last year and you ran the same roster back? So I don't think it's going to be us. I do like the Tigers as well. I think they're going to have a really good rotation. I think they're going to have a scrappy. Offense, and like you said, this is the year to do it because Skubal is, they're getting closer to either the arbitration or they're going to decide they're going to want to pay him or trade him. So this is the year to win before you have to worry about getting rid of him or him being there on the team or not. So I'll say it's going to be a Tigers and Dodgers World Series, probably what we should have had last year. And I'm going to say the Tigers get the job done.
I'm with it.
Dodgers.
Get Dodgers. Who they beat?
I think the Mariners make it, and then the Dodgers repeat, and then we all have to sit and cry. Well, some people will sit and cry about the Dodgers winning back to back, and then
baseball's ruined, and they deserve to get locked up.
No,
they
spent money.
No, Nate, they cheated. They're deferring money. Okay, listen. At this point,
it's okay. I defer money too. Like
when we defer money, it's called debt. When they defer money, it's okay. But the problem is they're using private equity to basically break the game.
But it's LA. Come on.
I want to jackhammer the whole city and push it off into the ocean. We can give them to China or to Japan. I don't want
SoCal.
I hate
SoCal's where it's at. One day, Jared, I hope you come down. We'll have some lunch at SoCal in front of a beautiful beach with you and Miss Katie. And we're gonna have a hell of a time. And Matt will come on too, because why not? And then I'll be and then I'll take you to Dodgers. We'll go to Dodger Stadium together. We'll admire the view from above and be like, "See, Jared, this is California for you."
You and half the fans in it.
You and Katie hold hands, and I'll push Nate.
Yes. Yes.
What, Bianca's just going to stroll along by herself?
Oh, yeah, she'll be in the back. She'll be next to me. She'll hold my shoulder as I push Nate.
Oh, man.
So I'm just tonight.
But that's the 2026 MLB preview. Woohoo!
There you go. And do we want to do MVPs? It's just like it's going to be Shohei and Judge again. Let's just
Shohei Ohtani.
I put Bobby Witt down because I think he's a really great ball player, and he's not going to have the insane amount of numbers like home runs wise that Judge and Raleigh are going to have, but I think he's a really great polished baseball player. I put him down just because I'd love to see him win it, but I think it's going to be Raleigh or Judge because somebody is going to hit 55 plus home runs. And they're going to give it to that guy instantly. Unfortunately, Ohtani for the National League, my American League Cy Young. This was my one homer pick. I put Max Fried. That guy is a dog. He had 19 wins last year, and he just blanked the Giants for almost 7 innings last night. So give me Fried for AL and Cy Young. National League Cy Young, I'm going to go with the ace in Philly right now, Christopher Sanchez. Just an amazing pitcher right there that I think is going to have a great season. And then this is where I had a lot of fun. American League Rookie of the Year, I put Munetaka Murakami on the White Sox. I love his swing. I think he's going to be a really solid ball player. And I think he's going to have a lot of power this year. And I think he's going to win AL Rookie of the Year. National League Rookie of the Year, I'm actually going with the Mets, Nolan McLean. He's supposed to be their future ace pitcher. He had a great handful of starts last season. We'll see if he gets it going this year. But I got Nolan McLean. And then American League National League Managers of the Year, I got Dan Wilson with Seattle and Craig Counsell with Chicago.
I won't touch Rookie of the Year because I'll defer to yours. I think the kid who signed with the White Sox won the AL. I do like McLean though for the Mets. I like that one. I'll piggyback off that one. Cy Young's. I think Scooble gets the AL again. I think he's just gonna I think the Tigers win the World Series. I think he's gonna be the spearhead behind it. In the NL. Because I think Skeens is going to have a down year this year. I just something feels off. It's not shut up. Dude.
Christopher Sanchez. There you go. How about that?
I mean, listen, Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to be good too.
Losing is not an option.
I don't mind the Sanchez pick. I don't. It's fun. Like I said, Brandon fought. Just totally throw this all into chaos.
You could always go Zach Gallen if you wanted to.
Oh God, no! He's gonna get shelled.
You said it, not me, boss.
True. Give me a closer. Give Mason Miller to win. He'll get to win the Cy Young. Give me a closer to win this year because he's dominant. He looked disgusting in the WBC.
Where's he at? The Padres now?
Yeah, I have one bold prediction though. I think we're gonna have 3 guys all in swinging distance of 40-40s. PCA, Shohei, and Corbin Carroll all are going to have close to 40 home runs and 40 steals.
I think O'Neal Cruz is going to
be Corbin Carroll for my dark horse for MVP.
I think O'Neal Cruz is going to have 50 stolen bases.
I think so too. I think the problem is like I think the problem is
him and Ellie.
I like Ellie De La Cruz. I think Ellie De La Cruz will be I think he's going to have about 30 bombs. Now, he'll have probably like high 20s or low 30s. He's another one I think get hit 30-30, so he might have 4. But, dude, like there's some really fast guys who got power in this league. It's crazy. The NL's got so many good players. Yeah. I do have a sleeper, though. I think the Diamondbacks are going to be the surprise team in the NL. I think Torey Lovullo finally wins Manager of the Year.
Okay. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I think 91. I think they're going to have about 91 wins. I think also Marte is going to have a really good season. I think now that all the drama has been passed, he can and hopefully stays healthy. He looked like he was having such. He looked like he was having such a good time playing the game. I'm with it. I think that there's going to be a lot of fun happening in Arizona this year. They're my surprise team. I think it's going to be just a thorn on one side. But yeah, I think for NL MVP though, give me Bryce Harper. Give me Bryce just hit like 50. I think Bryce at this point is just going to just say screw it. I know my years are numbered, and just start just hacking at pitches. 40 bombs, a buck 40 RBIs, hitting high 290s. I think he's the spark that gives Philly like a division winner. So give me Bryce to win NL MVP this year.
It's gonna be an Asian dominant award Asian dominant awards list once the season ends. So what I mean by that is
Japan didn't win the World Baseball Classic.
I know, dude. I did not expect Japan to be out that early, but
I thought it was hilarious because it was like every one of their mothers of baseball peers was like, "Oh, Japan's gonna win the World Baseball Classic."
Oh yeah, everyone was saying it. And then
listen, if there was one team who did, if there was one team that was gonna win it, as my lighting went off, I shut off the wrong thing. There was gonna be one team that did win it, other than like the USA. I wanted to be Venezuela. I was like, this team, this country, a lot of the best guys and like most fun guys in baseball. I was with it. Like the country's been through so much. It was kind of cool to see that. As long as it wasn't like Japan or Cuba winning, I was like, cool. All right. Or Great Britain or Canada, obviously, for obvious reasons. But any other bold predictions you guys got before we roll on out of here?
So
Brian apologizes for not making it. He won't even be in Connecticut for another 20 minutes, he said.
Damn. It's all good. So for me, Murakami's going to win Rookie of the Year in the AL. Ryan Woo's going to win the Cy Young in the AL. National is going to be Yamamoto winning the Cy Young. And then MVP in the NL is going to be Ohtani. So basically, it's going to be an Asian dominant award list once the season ends.
There you go. I'm ready for the de-Dodgerification of baseball. I'm ready for it.
Yay, Dodgers!
De-Dodgerification.
What does that mean?
Wiping the slate clean of all LA Dodger crap and starting over.
Oh. Well, it's going to be a while till that happens. I'll tell you that.
Well, let's hope not. All right, boys and girls, that is the Korner Booth baseball preview. For all you guys whose team won today, congratulations. Mine first pitch is about a half hour. And enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. We will see you guys on Monday. We will be talking tight ends and offensive tackles and interior offensive linemen. A lot of stuff to break down. Also, tomorrow, guys, UFL starts. So me and Nate will be cooking up a little graphic for Jared's power rankings affection, courtesy of our friends Zach Heilman. So, who will I pick as my team at the end of the season? For those of you who are wondering, it's either Orlando, it's going to be Houston, is it going to be St. Louis, or is it going to be Louisville? Who am I going to pick? I have St. Louis, the incumbent team, Orlando. Be fun to root for another Florida team that's not the Hurricanes, and Louisville. Love bourbon. Houston, want a Texas team under my belt. So there you go. That's your nominees, folks. I just whacked the beer can. All right. This bat is dangerous. Hope you guys have an amazing night. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy some baseball. Screw the Dodgers. Play ball.